What is it? I don't know. Only gonna social, let it go. Let go with the pretense. Everybody knows that Eric Bailly should be sitting at the heart of our defense. Everybody knows that Eric Bailly should be starting a game on the weekend. But you don't want to see sense. What is it? I don't know. Only gonna social, let it go. Let go with the pretense. Everybody knows that Eric Bailly should be sitting at the heart of our defense. Everybody knows that Eric Bailly should be starting a game on the weekend. But you don't want to see sense. Yo, and we're back again with another one. This is the OT'99 Banter Room. It's your boy Therms, and this is the place where opinions get shared and smoke gets served. Yo, so you know what? It was another lovely day for United, you know. Not in the game sense in terms of entertainment or anything, but for the simple fact that we're through, you know, to the last 16. We're gonna see that final draw tomorrow, and hopefully we get a good team. But let's start off with the game. So positives is that we kept a clean sheet. Henderson had, you know, a good game. You know, you couldn't have a bad game. There was not much of a threat. You know, nothing was really troubling Henderson, to be fair. It was a penalty that, you know, Real Sociedad got, and there was probably one other chance that they got in the whole 90 minutes, to be honest. It was an easy game for us. And that's probably partly due down to the defense. You know, we had a good good defensive display. Eric Bailly again, and you know, for me, it's not a coincidence that, you know, every time he plays, we tend to have a good defensive display. And you know what? Him playing alongside Lindelof looked good. You know, just like it looks good when Bailly plays alongside Maguire. There's not much difference between Lindelof and Maguire, like I said, other than the fact that Maguire's a bit better in the air, probably a little bit stronger. But do you know what I mean? Bailly playing alongside any one of them, it will be okay. And we saw it today. You know, we managed to keep a clean sheet. This was a day and a game where Real Sociedad needed the goals. You know, and we managed to keep that clean sheet, keep them away from our goalkeeper. So Eric Bailly, Oli, I don't know what it is, you know, I don't know what we're seeing that he's not seeing. But I know a lot of Man United fans will agree with me when they say that Eric Bailly is probably one of the better centre-backs, probably the best centre-back at Manchester United right now. Certainly the quickest, and we saw that race, that foot race. I can't remember if it was in the first or second half, probably the first half, where it was having that foot race against Isak, or whatever his name is. And Bailly kept up with him, you know, cleared that ball, you know. He's very comfortable on the ball. And United just need to play him more, you know. I don't know how many times I keep saying it, but, you know, if it's a fitness thing, then we just need to work on getting him fit, you know. Work on that and put all your efforts into making sure that his diet's right, you know, he's getting enough rest. So, you know, whatever you can do to support Bailly to make sure that he stays fit. I think Manchester United coaches, you know, fitness coaches need to work on that. The nutritionists, whoever, you know, holler at Ibrahimovic, holler at Cristiano Ronaldo, find out, holler at Van Persie, man, when they came, you know what I mean, find out what they did. You know what I mean? You know, Van Persie came to United, you know, shout out Arsenal. You know, he stayed fit for the first time he's ever stayed fit for a whole season. You know, and we won the Premier League. You know, whatever they was doing with him then, probably we need to adopt that for Eric Bailly. No shots at Arsenal, by the way. But I'm just saying, so I think it was a good defensive display. And I was happy that we managed to rotate the squad a bit. So we saw Dan James again. Hopefully he's not injured, you know, it's not a serious injury. He did get up and walk off the pitch, so that's a good sign. But it's good that we rotated the squad. I would have liked to see Bruno Fernandes rest and not play that game, but you know, he played, he had the captain's armband, it was good to see that. But I would have wanted him to rest. I thought 4-0 first leg was enough for us to, you know, play, you know, rest him, maybe start Donny or whoever if he was fit. I don't know what's up with him, but yeah, I would have liked to see him rest. But I was happy to see Shoretire, which is the correct pronunciation of his name. I was calling him Shortire before, but it's Shoretire. He's our youngest Manchester United player now to play in European football, which is good. 17 years old, the guy, came on, had a, got a run out, got that experience under his belt. It's priceless, you know what I mean? Even though his performance wasn't, amazing, but he managed to get, at least 10-15 minutes under his belt. Someone his age, with his experience, it's priceless for him getting that. So, congratulations to him, and being our youngest player. Amad Diallo, we got to see a lot more of him, but we didn't get to see that much of him, if that makes sense. I wanted him to have some sort of, great opportunity where he's running at defenses and, getting shots off on goal and stuff like that. It didn't quite happen. I don't think he was fed the ball as much. I would have liked to see him, taking guys one-on-one and stuff. I can see that he's got something in him, he's got quick feet. He looks like he's skillful. He's got a bit of pace in him. I saw him, do a little bit of that, just little hints and stuff, but I would like to see him just settle, Sometimes, you can have these players that's trying to over-impress, trying to establish themselves quicker than they actually need you. Sometimes they just need to take their time. And probably that comes with the amount of game time that they're being given. So, if you're not getting that much game time, when you do get that little bit of game time, you wanna show what you can do to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, to the team. We saw like Brandon Williams, for example, get booked quite early. We was worried as well because that second foul that he did, on another day could have been a second yellow, and then it could have been, a bit of an awkward game for us. You know what I mean? Playing against Real Sociedad. And again, that's probably just down to him, his nerves, wanting to be over impressed again. He had a good run last season, Brandon Williams, and he's sort of been forgotten. He's been playing for the under-23s, and now he's been called back again. He probably wanted to, over impress, and adrenaline pumps, and you get a yellow, and then it can happen again. You get another yellow, you get sent off. But luckily, he kept his cool, kept his head, and he played out the rest of the game. Another good thing was Tuanzebe, man. We get to see Tuanzebe again playing in a different position. So it wasn't, in defense, but it was actually as a central defensive midfielder. What I thought about that, I mean, he did the job. You know what I mean? He did his job. I felt sorry for him. I felt his goal should have stood. Do you know what I mean? He done nothing wrong personally. Lindelof went in for the header. He wasn't looking at the man. His knee, he leapt so high, his knee went into the guy's head, and then, he got given a foul. But Tuanzebe, I was happy for him in that moment, but, the goal got chalked off because of the foul that Lindelof did. But he had a good game. He played well, but I didn't see him I didn't get the vibe that it was natural to him, that he was that comfortable. The mobility just didn't look quite there in terms of being able to pivot and move quickly. It didn't seem. He looked a bit stiff. But maybe I need to see more of him in that position, But with Tuanzebe, my fear is that Tuanzebe could potentially be used as like a O'Shea, and I don't want him to be an O'Shea, I don't want him to just be, we've used him as centre back now, we've used him as right back a few times. Now we've played him as a DM today. We don't want him to be that guy, that just gets used here, there, and everywhere. We want a specialist. I mean, O'Shea's and everything like that, and your Fletchers, whoever, they go on to have good careers. But if you want to be, there is guys that are multi-functional or whatever you want to call it, that can play multiple positions, that do really well, are really successful. But then, a lot of the time, you got the guy that's the specialist in their own positions that, do the best, going to be like the superstars, in my opinion. So I just want Tuanzebe to establish himself as, a proper centre half, get that game time. But right now, I would say Eric Bailly is, leading that race. In my mind, I think he's that step ahead of Tuanzebe. Tuanzebe got his injuries, he kind of fell off. He was at the height of his powers when, we played PSG. He handled Mbappe. He was at the height of his peak of his powers then, but then, you know, he got dropped following that, and he just never really got back into the team and established his dominance. So right now, Eric Bailly is leading the charge. But yeah, it was good to see Twansby again. But yeah, it was a good game. It was a good game in the sense of what I just described before. But obviously, I would have liked to see more goals. Where we had counter-attacking football in the first leg and we scored 4 goals in the second leg, it's almost like Real Sociedad studied us, figured it out, and they defended a lot more better against us, you know. Maybe it's down to the changes that we made, but I feel like even with the players we had on the pitch, we should have been able to at least get a goal against Real Sociedad. It's important that we keep scoring, you know. We've got Greenwood that we want to, you know, hit the ground running and start getting more goals. His performances have stepped up, but we just want to start seeing more goals being added to his game. Obviously, Martial, again, he looked a bit more lively today, but the goals didn't come again. And I think with Martial, probably I would say that his off the ball work, he needs to work on that quite a lot. And you've got an expert in Cavani there, which can show you the ropes. You can be mimicking him, imitating him, learning a lot from him before he leaves. And I feel like if Martial can step up his off the ball game, it will contribute and help him with getting more goals to his name. And you know what I mean? Certain times, I can't lie though, in terms of the ball being provided to our strikers, it's not always there, you know, even though we've got the most goals, you know, out of all the Premier League teams, 53 or whatever it is at the moment. You know, obviously 9 came against Southampton, and it feels like the goals at times come in drips and drabs, that we struggle at times to get the goals, especially against the teams that, you know, do the low block, you know, your West Broms, your Sheffield Uniteds and all of that stuff. So I feel like we are kind of struggling in creativity, even though we've got Bruno, who's the master creator, we've got, you know, Pogba's and all of that stuff, but I still feel like, you know, if we can have a better balance by having a winger, Diallo coming through and doing his thing on the right hand side, making our attack a lot more balanced, that will be good. Or, you know, you wait into the summer and getting someone like Sancho. Obviously, I'm hearing stories now that United are probably, I don't know if we're playing that, you know, that whole bluffing game with Dortmund at the moment, but apparently, you know, he's still an option, Sancho, I'm hearing, but it's, obviously United don't want to pay big bucks for him. They've seen it as a defender and a striker is probably more of that ideal sort of summer transfer approach that they want to take. You know, United's been in discussions with Milinkovic from Fiorentina, I was told, and he's a tall centre back, you know, but he's not the quickest from what I've seen. He's good in the air, he's tall, he's young, but yeah, we don't want a situation where we're still deliberating between who starts, Lindelof, Maguire or Milinkovic. He needs to be a certified, you know, this is the defender that's starting and he's clearly better than the rest, better than what we've got. And that's why I feel like Eric Bailly does so well, complements the defenders that we've got now because he's so quick. And this is where I'm drawn to guys like Kounde in Sevilla if we're going to purchase a defender, even though he may not have the height, but he makes that up in speed, he makes it up in his physicality, his leap, you know, he's still good in the air. He's not that short, by the way, it's probably like 5'10" or whatever it is. And yeah, I feel like when we've got speed accompanying, you know, the sort of players that we've got now, Maguire and Lindelof, they kind of, you know, balance each other out, you know. So that's what I'm hoping for, but you know, that's what we're hearing. Sancho, I mean, I'll be surprised if United don't go in for him, to be honest. You know, Dortmund's got to sell, they've probably got like a 50-60 million debt. You know, the financial books came out and it showed that they're in, you know, deficit. Obviously, they're struggling to make Champions League, and if they don't make Champions League, that's going to be even more of a detriment to their financial, you know, clout. So I do believe that they want to sell. And it's just finding that right price. I'm hearing the figure could be somewhere between, you know, 80, 90 million. 90 million might be the sweet spot. Does Man United want to spend that much for Sancho? I don't know. You know, I feel like we do have enough money for a marquee signing. One marquee signing, because we could have done that last season. So we probably have got around 80, 90, 100 million to spend. And then I guess for the rest, we're going to have to probably make it up in player sales. The good thing about Manchester United is that we've got a lot of assets to sell, you know. We've got guys out on. We've got Pogba, the clear ones. We've got Henderson who's making up a bit of a fuss. You know, he wants to be first team goalkeeper, or you know, we may have to ship him on. You know, we can probably get about 30-40 million for Henderson. You know, Pogba, we can probably get about 50 million. You know, since he's got only 1 year in his contract left. You know, together that's what, 90 million. You know, that's extra money that you can use to buy, you know, a centre back or defensive midfielder. We've got options. You know, we've got players that we can move on. We've got Lingard already. That's at West Ham. You can probably get 15-20 million for him. You know, providing he has a really good, he kicks on, has a good season at West Ham. So we've got assets. The good thing about United is we've got assets. You know, we can sell guys. We can maybe do some sort of swap deals. You know. And then try and make stuff work, you know, so we can add on top of that. So if we were really, you know, on it, we can probably raise another 100 million in player sales, you know. For me, keeping Henderson is the exciting thing to do. I think he's obviously a good goalkeeper, but is he better than David De Gea? I don't know yet. I haven't seen enough of Dean Henderson to know that. I feel like the media's hyping him. He's English, you know, the Euros is coming up, and we already know how the media works, but and realistically, just thinking logically, trying to sell David De Gea, who's probably on 350, 370 odd K a week, it's not going to be easy for any team right about now, especially in COVID times. You know what I mean? It's going to be challenging. Who's going to want to do that? We just offered De Gea a long-term contract. Are we really thinking about moving him on? If anything, Dean Henderson's probably going to be the one that's moved on. You know, we've renewed his contract. Boosted up his value, potentially get some money for him. So that's what I see happening, you know. So we can probably make some player sales, you know. For me, I've always said I wanted probably someone like Koundé, Sancho, obviously, just sort out that right hand side of attack once and for all, be done with it, and a DM, you know, the DM, whoever we can get, DM, Kessié, so from AC Milan, whoever, you know, get them in and just be done with it. So that's what I'm hoping we can do. You know, We've got funds and we've got assets. So it should be a decent window. Fingers crossed. But I just hope that we don't go into the next season with someone like Milinkovic, or you know, and just a striker that we don't really know about. And I don't know. When you still got Cavani, why do you want to get another striker unless Cavani's going to be moving on? You know, I don't know. That's just my thoughts on it, but we'll see. But anyway, Man United through to the next rounds. You know, just my final thoughts on that. Obviously, Arsenal made it through as well. They were very lucky, by the way, but they got the victory. Saka, you know, he's doing really well, man. That assist he got was quality, man. And Aubameyang's back. He's scoring goals again. I don't want Arsenal. I don't want. Who else don't I want? I don't want Ajax. Even though it's not that we can't beat these teams, but there's not many good teams left. Do you know what I mean? There's not many good teams left in the Europa League. I want a good final. You know what I mean? So keep these teams and hopefully avoid them. And to be fair, Arsenal's never been easy for us anyway. So it's still a banana skin if we're getting Arsenal. Leicester got knocked out, so that's one less problem to worry about. But there's a few good teams in it, you know. Roma, there's Villarreal, there's Shakhtar. You know, is Tottenham still in there? I think they're still in there. And there's a few good teams in there, but I would say, if I was a betting man, I would say Man United on paper look like the favourites. But, you know, United, you know, we don't know. We never know what United could turn up at the end of the day. But, yeah, I would like to see an Arsenal United final. That would be fun. So I'd like to avoid them. We'll see who we draw, man. But I'm excited. I'm gassed. Hopefully, you know, United can take home a trophy. Oli can take home a trophy. We can get the feeling of, you know, what it's like to win something. And then we can kick on, you know, next season. Hopefully we've got that confidence. You know, we've got that fight. We've got a strengthened team. And we can properly give the Premier League, you know, a good run, you know. A good title challenge, and that's what I'm after. But you know what? It was nice. This is Firma F Baby, OT'99 Banter Room. Like, comment, subscribe and support the thing.